Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from T&J. And looking at the standings here, surprised to see Kansas second in our division. We are first at this moment, and we are 8th in the nation after starting the season 5-0. So on our side of the division, Kansas is undefeated in conference. But on the other side, look at Iowa State. They are number 3 in the nation, and they're probably surprising a lot of people nationally. But we're going up against Houston this week. They're number 25 in the nation. And one story going into this game is that we've had really no significant injuries up to this point. So that's what's really been keeping us on top here. So here we go, hopping into this action right away, and here is King getting the offense going with the short pass that time. And on the next play, a couple plays later, on a 2nd and 9, he attempts to throw a screen pass, and this time Vince Cohen is there for the touchdown. And that was an easy pitch and catch. The screen, it was easy to sniff that one out. And look at that, Marquette takes the early 7-0 lead, but they do have D'Eriq King, and you know he's going to be a dual threat guy, because I remember him last year. Remember the game we had last year versus Houston? It was a great game from start to finish, and they're looking for their revenge this year. So here is D'Eriq King throwing deep, and Brian Evans makes the catch of the season so far, snagging over 2 defenders. John Waters doesn't even jump to get that one, and Paul Miller gets snagged on, and the Houston Cougars don't take the lead, but they tie it up. So here we get the ball back with our first possession on offense, and here is Albert Vick leading this offense on the field, this time finding Jamel Cooley on the outside with the curl route. So now 3rd and 10 at about the 30-yard line, this time getting sacked. And Houston, I'm telling you, they always come to play versus us, because remember the first year we absolutely destroyed them. I think it was like 48-6 or something like that. And the second year we played them last year, they definitely got their revenge, but we ended up coming out once again for this third matchup. And you know they're going to be bringing some pressure on defense, bringing all they can on offense. So here's Albert Vick back out on offense, finding Eddie McCray on the outside for the 15-yard reception. So now about the end of the first quarter, throwing a screen pass, this time to Alex Brown. He picks up a block on the outside and puts the defender in a spin cycle, getting the nice 22-yard reception. And here is Jimmy Ward spelling him, getting in for the carry to the outside, and that's going to be a nice 6-yard gain. So now facing a 3rd and 13 to start the second quarter, finding our man Ben Miller, but he's short of the first down, but you know we're going to go for it. And Alex Brown finds an open lane, gets in for the touchdown, and that's going to be another touchdown to add to this Heisman campaign for Alex Brown. And we take the 14-7 lead, but on offense, Houston can't do anything, trying to give it to Brian Evans this time on the end around the jet sweep, and he doesn't pick up the first down. So now we take over, and we just got to drive the ball down the field with a good balance attack. So here's Alex Brown getting the ball on the counter this time, picking up a block and getting to the outside and putting on a mean juke move that time for the 41-yard carry. Take a look at that juke move once again. That defender was lost on that one, and now that sets us up nicely with about 15 yards to go for the touchdown. And here's Albert Vick rolling out right, and Kevin Oliver finds some space, gets open for the touchdown. And Albert Vick is 8 of 12 to this point with a touchdown, and he's having a pretty good start to this game. And here's D'Eriq coming back out on offense, leading this Cougars offense on the field. And here he's giving it to his running back on the end around, and he picks up a good amount of yards that time, getting to about the 30-yard line. So D'Eriq King pumps to his receiver on the next play, tries to roll out, but our defense gets to him on that one. And now he's going to be facing a 3rd and long, 3rd and 12. 3 minutes left in this second quarter. He's going to have a clean pocket and somehow gets it away, but Jeter is there for the deflection. So they do have to settle for the long field goal. and this one is going to be short. So now Marquette takes back over with the 21-7 lead, and here's Alex Brown on the ground getting the ball, getting to about the 45-yard line. So 2 minutes left in this second quarter this time. Albert Vick's going to throw the ball deep, and Ben Miller gets behind the defense, and that's going to be another touchdown before half. And Ben Miller's having himself a game here in the first half, and it's going to be a 21-point lead. So Derek King leads this Cougar offense back out onto the field. Under 2 minutes left. Can he put together a 2-minute drive and make it a manageable game going into halftime? And here he is finding Stevenson across the middle. Nice touch pass on that one. But here's Derek King on a 1st and 10, this time breaking a tackle that time from Corey Lurch and sliding his way up to about past the 20-yard line. So now facing a 2nd and 4, 50 seconds left this time. Derek King's going to roll out and find some running lane one more time. So 30 seconds left now. This time he's going to find his receiver, Brian Evans, once again. And Brian Evans is straight torching our secondary up to this point, and they get the touchdown, and now it's a 14-point game. But luckily, we start the second half out with the ball. So here is Albert Vick finding Ben Miller, but take a look at this again. Ben Miller is straight destroying the Houston defense, and that time he destroys the defender. So now facing a 2nd and 8, close to about the 50-yard line. Alex Brown getting the handoff up the middle to about the 35-yard line. So 1st and 10. This time Ben Miller gets open once again. They cannot guard Ben Miller in this game. And here he is on a 1st and 10 getting open, and he's just not coming off the field. This man is on fire. But to finish off the drive, we do give the ball to Alex Brown. Go back up by 21 points, and Ben Miller is just destroying Houston in this game so far. But Derek King, he can run the ball, but this time Ron Sands is coming around the edge. He probably should have gave it at that time to the running back. So now facing a 3rd and 5, he's going to try to run this time. He breaks a tackle from Ashton Cohen and luckily gets the 7-yard gain, gets the first down. We had him stop before, but he rolls out, and once again rolling out, he just cannot find any receivers open late in this game. So he takes a hit that time, and he comes out the game actually. So Smith is in at quarterback, and here he's giving it to his running back Livingston on that one for the 8-yard carry. And Smith once again giving it to Livingston, and Livingston finds a running lane and gets to about the 5-yard line. So now they're knocking on the door inside the 5-yard line, and Livingston finishes off the drive, and that's going to be trimmed down to a 14-point lead. So we just got to make sure we got to play some defense. I mean, right now I'm not happy with our defense because they are running the ball a little too easy on us. And I mean, we have a pretty good front, but we have to at least put this game out of distance on offense. So here is Alex Brown getting the carry, and on a 1st and 10, 3 minutes left in this third quarter, throwing deep, and Jamel Cooley is going to be wide open downfield, but Albert Vick misses a sure touchdown on that one. But man, missing another big throw. We had to kind of tidy this up, because when it comes to these big games late in the game, we got to make those throws. And speaking of big throws, Alex Brown getting behind the defense to about the 10-yard line. So now we're inside the 10, and this time finding Eddie McCray up to about the 1-yard line. And Alex Brown has been getting a lot of these, but this time Jimmy Ward finishes off the drive, and Albert Vick recovered nicely with that overthrow to Jamel Cooley, finding Alex Brown on the deep pattern that time. So now back out on defense, and this is what I'm talking about. We got to start shutting them down. We got to prevent them from scoring, because we give up too many points sometimes, and our defense just seems to disappear some games, and some games they're just on. But we just got to find some consistency, and here we're getting to about the fourth quarter. Definitely trying to put this game out of reach. But here's Albert Vick inside the red zone, rolling out for the 8-yard carry that time. So now 5.5 minutes left, and Ben Miller misses the block, and that was probably going to be a sure touchdown. So now 4.5 minutes left. I probably should have my starters out of the game at this point, but So I don't know why, but I kept him in. So now facing a 3rd and 3, Alex Brown is going to find a running lane, get to about the 1-yard line, and on the next play, Alex Brown's going to get open in the flat and get in for the touchdown. And that's going to be a 28-point lead, and that is going to do it for this game. Houston cannot do anything in the second half, really. They score 7 points, so I'm actually proud of our defense, but I think we still need to find some consistency on defense. It seems like we give up too many big plays in spurts, and that could have hurt us when we're playing a really good team, because Houston is a good team, but if we play a team like one of those top 10 teams, Alabama or whatever, or whoever we would play, if we were to make it to a big bowl game or even the national championship maybe, we got to tidy that up. But luckily we took care of business, and Alex Brown with a huge game. Todd Williams gets another sack, Hunter Greggs gets another sack, and Corey Lurch gets in for a sack. So we did a pretty good job. We had a tough task going up against Derek King, but he's a tough guy to handle, because you know he can run, he can throw as well. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. We're going into a matchup versus Oklahoma State next week, and they are no scrub at all. So you want to stay tuned, see that one. Let's get it. Let's go.